Good evening. Welcome to Star Wars Tales of the Warlords. My name is Dan, the Garblag Troll. Sorry, hold on, slight technical issue there. There we go. Let me start again. Good evening and welcome to Garblag Games, Star Wars Tales of the Warlords. My name is Dan. I'll be your Games Master tonight. I am the Garblag Troll and have been released once more from the dungeons beneath Garblag Towers to bring you some fantastic Star Wars content tonight. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Also, don't forget, for those of you who are watching on our Twitch channel, that you can spend 1,000 Garblag groats. Didn't say goats this time, said groats. To get a reroll for our heroes, which will be awesome and perfect timing. Because we might be seeing a fight tonight, which would be brilliant. Also, don't forget that we will have Amazon users get one free Amazon. One free Amazon Prime channel, one free Twitch channel, which would be awesome. And you can come join us here, and that's totally worth your time. Why wouldn't you want to do it? I mean, come on. Come on. So don't forget that we've got some other games going on the Garblag channel. There is some Pathfinder happening somewhere. I'm sure there is. There's plenty of Pathfinder. There's also some fantastic kind of like cyberpunky stuff going on, which is all cool. And yeah, and a lot of players are enjoying that. So with no further ado, let's go into our game. And do a little round again with our players, starting with Colin. You want to introduce yourself?
Yep. Hi, I'm Colin, and I am playing Catalana Tavik, the ex-Imperial pilot.
Nye.
Hi, I'm Nye. I'm playing the medical droid E21B. And I will not be switched off this session, hopefully. Definitely. Of course not.
Jim?
I'm playing Gax Dacton, ex-Stormtrooper, and now turned his hand to gambling and Imperial relations.
And finally?
And I'm Eve. I'm playing Mirabelle Sorin, which is who is a mechanic, Miriel and mechanic, who used to work for the Hut at the spaceship factory, and is now working on her own and traveling with all the wonderful companions we have here.
Right. So, who wants to recap?
Boom.
Colin has volunteered to recap.
That was my recap.
Colin has volunteered to recap on the stint of opening his mouth first.
That was my recap. Boom.
Okay, boom.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Okay, so we got hired to get someone past an Imperial blockade to a rendezvous with unknown parties. Turned out this person was working for one of the Imperial factions in the area. Imperial factions in the area being engaged in some kind of civil war. Turns out getting past the Imperial blockade was relatively straightforward. A bit of bribery and bit
of bureaucracy later,
and some kind words, and we were on our way. So we sold our cover story for a small profit after the bribery. It wasn't actually that much for profit, but hey, it was mostly there for a cover story. And then made our way to the rendezvous, only to have some rebel-coloured Y-wings bomb the civilian tavern to dust in front of us. and then a load of rebels. Again, people dressed as rebel soldiers. I'm a little bit suspicious myself.
Well,
coming out and I'm not sure whether is there shooting going on? I'm not entirely sure. There was an
shooting
explosion.
about to start.
My ears were ringing. I'm not sure whether there was already some shooting going on or not.
Okay,
definitely bombing was going on for sure.
Definitely some bombing going on.
oh,
Right,
well, that's
so
always good.
you
happened.
are on the planet Everard, which has a sort of very large red ocean archipelago kind of feel to it. Archipelago, you know what I mean. The water is a deep red, and there aren't that many islands. The islands are scattered and far few between. But what the main mass of the planet is these kind of large, big balls of tumbleweed or mistletoe kind of thing, but like on the scales of towns. These things, they're huge organic growths, and people have built their kind of like villages and towns into these big tumbleweed-like plants that are floating on top of the water. Now, as you had left your ship and were approaching the bar where the Imperial agent was going to meet her contact, the bar was then promptly blown up by a squad of Y-wings, 2 Y-wings specifically, and this explosion of fire and burnt plant material and equipment and fuel lines has basically kind of blown you away a bit. The Y-wings have flown off into the horizon, and they're kind of doing a massive long swoop around to kind of come and take another swing at it. Coming out of the rubble and the fire, you can see like a small squad of 5 rebel commandos, kind of dressed in their long camo coats, helmets, blaster rifles, approaching tactically in a sort of V-shaped formation, kind of doing point-to-point searches with their blaster rifles, and kind of ensuring that the way is clear. They've already clocked you and have started firing at you. You are currently on a long kind of gangway bridge. This kind of village built into the tumbleweed has a lot of wood bridges and pathways and balconies going between each section. Think the Ewoks kind of Endor forest village kind of thing, except with a sort of Club Copacabana feel to it. And you've got a sort of gangway beneath you. To your left, you've got a balcony into another building, but that's also a bit view. There's another walkway above you, and then there's kind of like a sort of spread out to an open area where the bar was. So the Y-wing squadron, because it's taking such a kind of long, swerving curve to come and do another firing run at you, they're not going to be back into the fight for a few turns, specifically 4. So we're going to move into combat phases. Now we figure out which team is going to go first, and then within that team, who within the team goes first. So basically, there are 3 groups. There's the Y-wing group, there's the rebel group, and there's you, the party players. So first of all, out of you lot, who has the highest perception? Gax, what's yours?
My perception is 3D plus 2.
3D plus 2. E2B1, what's yours?
3D, just flat, no
3D.
modifiers.
Catalana?
3D.
3D. Mirabella? Have I pronounced that right again?
Mirabelle, yeah.
Mirabella.
3D.
3D. Okay. Well, Gax, your group, you have the highest perception, so your group is going first. Then it's the rebels, then it's the Y-wings. But within your group, you go first. Then we're going to have to figure out how the rest of you three work with exactly the same perception. That's helpful.
Roll die. Or is it
So I think
simultaneous?
I think we'll actually delegate to Gax and who he wants to go first. But first of all, Gax, what is your first action?
I'm gonna go for cover if there's any sort of cover whatsoever.
There is cover. There's kind of like you can either jump to a balcony. That would require a jump roll, and that would be your entire action. But that would put you into kind of pretty hard cover. But you wouldn't be able to kind of get a clear shot back from there. You wouldn't get a clear shot, kind of angle-wise. You can duck behind the railings that are kind of on this walkway. That will give you some partial cover, make it harder for them to hit you.
Yeah.
And you will be able to return fire. And it's a free action, but you're a bit more out in the open.
Okay, I'm gonna duck behind the railings.
Okay, so you can also take a shot with your blaster if you wish to.
Yeah, we'll go for it.
Right. Okay.
Right,
So you're acting first of all. Declare how many actions you want to take this turn.
so I'm just going to take the one.
The one, in case you have to dodge. That's wise. Make a roll. At the moment,
11.
the difficulty to hit them is 12.
13.
Hit. Well done. Difficult to hit one of them at the moment is 12, but they haven't tried to dodge yet. This one is going to try and dodge. Drops his dice on the floor. Going to get another one.
Is that how he dodges?
Fails to dodge.
Drops his dice on the floor and goes snap on.
Fails to dodge. So, do you want to roll for damage?
Yes.
Embarrassing when that happens. Oh no, I dropped my dice in the middle of a pitched battle.
Damage is 5. Do you use the Star Wars dice for damage as well?
Not for damage, only for rolling to hit or doing a skill.
14, 6, 21.
21 damage. Okay, hold on. You did. I absorbed. Oh dear. Gives me a total left of.
Oh.
Okay, so he's wounded. Takes a blaster bolt to his chest. Hits his flak armor. His flak armor seems to take some of the damage, but it does leave a kind of like charred black, smoking mess in his left shoulder. So one of them is wounded.
Okay.
And he falls prone.
Okay. That's one down.
That's one down. Acting next. So, Gax, who do you want to act next?
We'll go for Eves next.
All right. I'm probably trying to look for some kind of cover. Ideally, is a play that has a different angle on the attacking squad. Maybe if we go back up on the bridge or something at the beginning of the bridge, or is that not possible?
No, you can get back to the bridge.
Because that would be probably better.
So you basically want to go kind of back the way you came, is that?
Yeah, try to find some cover at the entrance of the bridge. I just want to have a different angle, just in case just to cover more ground.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But you'll be moving back out of the combat, so
it's going to be too far.
You'll still be in range, but your action will be kind of to move back rather than just ducking to where you are.
Yeah.
So you're in cover, but your action was to move back and take that cover position.
Yeah, let's try that for a start.
Gax, who do you want to go next?
Colin.
Catalana.
I'm pretty much going to go with the same kind of approach then. So I've got a blastery skill of 40, I think.
So you're gonna duck where you are.
So I'm going to duck around to take some cover, take a shot at one of these guys.
Go for it. You can go for the one that's lying on the ground prone, or you can take a shot at another one.
I'll probably take a shot at another one.
Okay.
My objective is more to try and...
Did you roll your dice on the floor?
I did not roll my dice on the floor. Nearly, but it landed in my lap. That's a total of 11.
Oh, missed, I'm afraid.
That's a miss.
So this blaster bolt pings over one of the rebels' helmets.
Yeah.
Kind of highlighting it in a slightly green glow as it fizzes past his ear.
You can tell we're the bad guys. We've got green blasters.
That only leaves E2B1.
Okay. I'm gonna go for cover. Shockingly. Just trying to think if there's anything I can do. Has anyone in the party taken damage prior to this altercation at all? No, we're all
No,
good.
they're pretty good.
Okay, cool. So my role is not that yet. I would probably like to take cover with somebody so that if they take damage, I can patch them up. But if they've done something crazy like jumped up on something, I'm obviously gonna follow whoever's closest and just kind of.
The closest to you is Gax and Catalana.
Okay, perfect.
What about our client?
Oh yeah, where's he actually?
She is.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Don't worry, I was getting it all wrong the other week as well. So, especially with our own players, she's with you as well. She's Ducks. No,
Okay.
she hasn't. So she hasn't done her action yet.
All right.
So you will find out.
Okay. See, I was kind of hoping that I could, because obviously I would want to keep them alive the most, but I'll just duck down with the other two, and I'll obviously save a turn for a roll for dodging, because I need all the help I can get. Yeah, I'll be the end of my turn.
Cool. Okay. So the Imperial Agent's action is to jump off the bridge onto the balcony to get to the hard cover. Which she does with surprising dexterity for an Imperial.
Can be athletics.
Yeah.
And
an adjutant at that. So the next group to act are the rebels. There are 4 left that can act. Our wounded one has fallen prone and it can take no actions for the rest of the round.
Yeah,
and then next round he will be at a -1d. So Catalana and Gax, who are basically at the front of the action, are the ones that are going to be shot at.
Yeah.
You are in cover, making it harder for our guys to hit you. First one missed.
E2 is regretting.
Second one
being over
missed.
here.
Third one hit. And the fourth one missed. So the third one hit. Gax for.
Can he make a dodge attempt?
You can. So you've opted for one action, Gax. So you can make a dodge roll, but that's at -1d because it would be your second action this round.
Okay.
Additionally to that, if you do dodge, if anyone else does decide to shoot you, but in this case we know that's not the case, that becomes the hit modifier they need to hit you. So if you fail miserably, for example, you might have dodged into the open, and gone, hey, look at me, I'm a target.
Which is not what
I'm going to try and gracefully roll out the way.
Okay, make a dodge roll.
12.
Success. So, 4 rounds we said for the Y-Wings to come.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
That's round 1. New round. Blaster fire. Blaster bolts are passing back and forth. A kind of bifurcated fire is raging where the bar used to be. And that's spreading a little bit now because, as we said, this kind of plant life is almost like a tumbleweed, and it also has that kind of dried out twig on a much bigger scale, but that kind of dried out wood feel to it. So that fire is spreading. Possibly quite the significant design flaw in such a place, but this place was built with local resources, as they say. So yeah. Gax, your group acts first again. I'm assuming you want to keep it in the same order, yeah?
Yeah, please, yeah.
So, your first action, what do you want to do?
I'll shoot again.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get back to the ship. We can't take these guys.
Sorry?
9.
That's a miss.
Okay.
Do you want to try again?
No. I'm gonna keep my cards.
If your blast weapon has a fire rate of, or no fire rate, or fire rate of more than 2, or most blasters only have a fire rate of 1, which means you can only make the one shot. But some, repeater blasters or heavy blaster pistols, might have an alternative fire rate, which means you can shoot them more than once in the combat. Or if you're using a melee weapon, and you can stab them as many times as you like.
I've got a blaster rifle, but I'm only shooting it once, and I've got a holdout blaster as well.
Okay.
My ex-stormtrooper rifle.
Does it have a scope on it?
No, mine's not got a scope on it. No. It's purely for shooting from the hip. I might have to purchase one of them later on, but.
Colin, can I ask a favour, actually?
Yeah.
Can you keep an eye on the Twitch feed? Because I can't get mine up again. That was the little technical difficulty I was having.
So far, we've had a wave.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, Wave. Nice to see that we're popular. Way to stroke my ego. Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep an eye on it as well.
Thanks very much, guys. I appreciate it. No, I switched it on. I had it on, and I could see it, and then I started talking, and then it didn't work, and it didn't work at all. Yay, me and technology. So next to act is
would be me.
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot at someone as well.
Okay.
Make good use of that blaster eventually. Right, so that's 40 plus 1. This is gonna be 17.
Hit. I'm gonna try and dodge. So this is my first action.
Drum roll, please.
But I didn't dodge anyway. So if you want to roll for damage.
Okay, damage is 40.
Find out these are like the greenest rebels ever. This is like their first job ever with the rebellion.
No,
like,
I've got some good dice pulls here. I've got some good dice pulls here.
No, I know. I just
this time.
Yeah.
I really think that trying to win this fight is just not going to go well for us.
I know.
We need to
It's going to be 11 damage. Yeah.
11 damage. Okay. And I
agree. Might want to try to
that. We should be looking to be somewhere else.
Yeah. Self-defense is fine, but
okay.
I don't want to kill
so I've actually absorbed that. So it pings off his blaster helmet in an almost Saving Private Ryan, Omaha Beach kind of style. He kind of looks around, shocked, because he had dodged more into the open, so he is actually more of a target where he is and easier to hit for the next person. And he's now kind of going, "What just happened? Did something hit me? I don't know." And his colleague, the other guys in the squad is like, "Get down!" As blaster bolts are firing over them. Right. Next.
I think that's me. So what are our options if we want to head back to our ship?
You can either do a tactical withdrawal, which is kind of what you're doing now, which is a staggered kind of retreat, if that's the way you want to do it. Or you could just do an all-out run. There's no sign of the arbitrator. She went into that hard cover.
Yeah.
But there was a doorway. So you're not sure if that might be an alternative route, maybe a way to go. There's a bridge beneath you as well that goes deeper into the kind of tumbleweed branches. Or there's back the way it came towards your ship, which would take you about it's going to take long. It's going to take longer than 3 or 4 rounds. Well, 3 rounds now. Than the Y-Wings doing their getting ready for their next strafing run. But you won't be there when they get back round, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind that you're a smaller target. So when it comes to Star Wars D6, there's a scaling system, and it's actually a lot harder for them to hit you.
Yeah.
Then you
But
can hit them really. If they do, you're dead.
We're just dead.
You're just dead, though. Mathematically, given this system, there is a technical chance to absorbing the damage from a Death Star gun. Just keep on rolling a D6 wild dice all the time. You never know; it could work.
Yeah, but
it's statistically very unlikely.
Yeah.
Can the Death Star roll a 1 on the wild dice as well?
Just remove all its damage. No, I think basically if they shoot us, we're dead. If we're in a building, well, we've seen what they do to buildings.
Well,
I think we're pretty screwed right now.
Probably say for context viewers, I wasn't caught up, so I'm literally dropped right into this. I had no idea what was going on. So it's fine though, it's fine. This is fun, this is anarchy.
We just got turned on.
Honestly, I'm wondering
we had a slight problem with this hard drive.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if our best chance for surviving this is actually to surrender.
It's not my turn.
Talking is a free action.
Perfect. Well, no, it's fine. I see where you come from.
You're assuming they want to take prisoner. They want you to.
Oh, yeah.
So far, they've shown no interest in demanding our surrender. So it doesn't seem like it's particularly. I'm not saying it's a particularly high chance of survival, but then I don't see this fight going on. Well,
they're bombing civilian targets and they've just shot a load of people in the open. You're not really sure that this is the behaviour of the Rebel Allies that you guys have heard of.
No.
Saying that, you guys might have had that Imperial propaganda, or at least a few of you would have. So this might be exactly how the Rebel Allies behaves.
I'm going to be heading straight back to the ship because I think it's the only chance is to be in the ship.
Okay, I'm
in the ship. I can turn the turrets on those blooming Y-Wings and maybe do something about this problem.
So
better chance of killing the Y-Wings with the ship than with our blasters.
So I'm going.
I'm thinking some sort of run roll. Hold on.
Yeah. I'm going to call out. We need to fall back and start heading back to the ship.
So you can either do a flat-out run, which is a dex skill.
Yeah.
Or if your strength is better, I'll allow climbing, jumping to do a kind of parkour style.
They're exactly the same, so...
Okay. So do you want to make a run roll?
Probably just running. 10.
Okay. That's kind of going to be me keeping a tally.
Right.
Okay, so...
Excuse me a moment. Carry on the rest of the round.
E2B1.
Well, I'm gonna imagine it like this. I turn to where the client would have been, and they're gone, and then I turn back to where I presume the captain would have been, and they're gone. So I just kind of go, E2B does not know what is going on, and then I turn to the only person that's left there and go, "What orders do you have for me?"
Watch my back.
That would be gags.
Affirmative. Activating.
Do you then literally just stare at his back? You just sit there looking at his back, going, "I'm watching your back."
Well, like, I don't know.
There's a twig on it.
Yeah, I don't think like medical droids are trained like to understand. I'm not like a 3PO unit that like gets language context. I'm just like, that'll be my thing. I'll stay in cover, but I'll say it now so that it just happens slowly. It just flows into it. Once you've retreated, I'll follow behind. Probably a bit slower, but just that way you've got somebody keeping an eye on your back. Literally.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to go after her. Both of them are gone. I'm not gonna try and make a run, and I'm definitely not gonna try and follow where the client went, because that's just gonna cause me to break.
That's just going to be embarrassing.
Well, I mean, like initially I was just gonna like chaperone, just like watch to make sure they didn't take any damage, but I can't do anything. Like my skills are not running around quickly.
No, there's not, and there is a slight flaw to Catalana's fallback plan.
Oh no!
Which is that E2B1 has a very slow movement rate.
Yeah, I figured, but
I believe others in the part are kind of moving at 12. Is that right?
Yeah, I think my movement is.
Given that our options appear to be stand in the open and get shot, take cover and get blown up, or run.
Yeah, my movement is.
It's the lesser of three evils.
I have there aren't any good options I can see, and if I can get behind, if I can get in the gunner's seat, then I might be able to buy the others some time to get to the ship.
Well, my reasoning is it would be weird for them to, as you guys are retreating, hyperfixate on a slow-moving medical
droid. Yes, we shall destroy the medical droid.
Yeah, exactly. and worst case scenario, like I get hit a little bit, and then you guys can just pick me up once. I don't know.
Worst case scenario is possibly that they capture you and then.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I'd rather they didn't, but compared to us getting all blown to pieces.
Yeah. It's fine. But yeah, my move is 4. Like I am a slow droid.
Yep.
That's okay. I picked him for funsies. Yeah, of course.
Okay. So it's
droid repair.
Yeah, so I'm staying in cover. I've not taken any action, so I'll have a dodge if necessary.
Well, one thing you can declare is all-out dodge.
Oh, perfect. Yes, I would love that.
Which basically doubles or triples the difficulty.
Yeah,
to hit you. So at the moment, in your kind of position, they're needing about a 14 to hit you.
Excellent.
But that would be doubled, so they need like 24 if you're going all out dodge.
Perfect.
Like a.
So I will.
Yep. But you can't do anything else. That's the thing.
You know the bit where they kind of waddle through the gunfire?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like a Clone Wars where like the droids are like having to like quickly get past a hallway with gunfire, and they're so slow, and you're just like, oh no, quickly. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Well, I mean, as we've addressed, I can't run, so I'll stay behind.
Ninja droid.
Well,
you are not a droidica, yes.
No, it's fine. It's all right.
Suddenly the medical droid just kind of click, 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 brings out a couple of heavy blasts. What?
Well, like I turn into like a little suitcase, and you guys just like pick me up.
Yeah, no, I've had a game where a droid just did that.
Right, okay, so it is the rebels' turn to attack you.
Perfect.
Our wounded guy is off the floor. He is no longer prone, but he is at a -D to hit you. So funnily enough, he misses. Next 3. Nope.
Who'd have think it getting shot makes shooting other people quite difficult?
Yes, on the 3rd one.
Yeah, damn it.
On who? I'm guessing Gax makes the most. Well, Gax makes the most sense for taking on someone
Yeah.
who's an
Did you-
active target, or me if they want to go for someone in the open who's an easier target. But
Yeah, but Gax is the only one to have caused any damage yet, so
Yeah.
he's kind of got the
Highest
target
sword
on
level.
his yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been hit. Do you want to make a dodge roll?
Yeah, we'll try one.
I've still got one more person to shoot.
Okay.
So you're going to try and dodge.
10.
So that's a
Oh,
fail.
plus 2. 12, sorry.
Still a fail. So also now it's 12 or more to hit you. So I'm going to roll for damage. You want to roll your strength?
Yep.
And any armor you've got like a stormtrooper breastplate kind of thing, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives you another 1D.
Good for you.
Okay. So it's 3D,
Yeah,
4D.
wait for the cover. I have no armor.
Oh, you don't? Oh.
I don't have armor either.
16.
Oh, really? Oh.
16. Okay,
Yep.
you fully absorb
Oh, no, I
that.
don't have any.
Funnily
Okay.
enough, the pilots. Frankly, if anything gets through my cockpit to hit me when I'm flying, I'm
That's-
screwed anyway.
No, that's
Yeah.
fair
So
enough.
that blaster
I'm a-
bolt just
I'm a
makes a
mechanic.
smoking kind of like blast streak across your breastplate, singeing it and smoking it, recoiling you a little bit. And when you were trying to dodge it, it kind of pushes you a little bit open. You were trying to twist with it to kind of get out of the way,
Yeah.
but it hits you. You take it, but it does push you out into the open a little bit, making it easier for the next guy to hit you, which he does. You can opt to dodge again, but this would be your 3rd action, so you're at minus 2D.
No, we'll take this one.
So you'll opt to take it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll for damage. You actually might be better off not dodging and just gambling on your absorption. I've dropped another dice on the floor. Look at this. Okay. What did you get?
Basically, we can still win if you drop enough dice, right?
No, I've got
15.
Ah, gosh darn it.
Okay.
15.
That's that death.
15. Okay. Take away. That's 1 point damage. So
Ah!
that's stunned. Character suffers a minus 1D penalty to skills and other attribute rolls for the rest of the round and for the next round.
Okay.
So you're at minus 1D next round. Other than that, you're fine. A stun no longer penalizes a character after the 2nd round.
Okay.
But it's still affecting him for half an hour unless the character rests for 1 minute. So the penalties aren't in effect the round after, but you're still kind of a bit like, oh god.
Yeah.
Is it a thing where you stack up, and if you get stunned too many times?
Yeah.
it
So if you get
transitions to
stunned,
the
if you
next
get
one?
stunned twice,
Yeah.
then it moves up to a.
Get stunned by what? Just the
Is it-
damage, right?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's meant to be just the impact.
Yeah, they're not they're shooting actual blast of fire, not trying to stun anyone.
No,
No.
no,
That's okay.
no. It's a
Sure.
mechanical effect of damage. It's,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
one of these
'cause it's
systems
okay.
that has,
Yeah.
rather than sort of health, rather than hit points, it has kind of, you are
Ah, right,
stunned,
yeah,
you
okay.
are injured, you are.
That's kind of beauty of the D6 system, isn't it? It's supposed to be super utilitarian, so you can just
Yeah.
kind of go.
Right.
In real life, when you get shot by a blaster, you just die. There's no like, oh, I've been stunned.
I'd say in real life, when you get shot by a blaster, is an
Yeah.
interesting statement.
Yeah.
There are characters in the films who've survived being shot. It's
Oh,
very-
I mean, real life. No.
In real life, if you get shot
Yeah.
by a blaster, I'm wondering where someone's found a blaster.
Yeah. I was just going to say took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm
Kathleen,
going to carry on running.
Well, I was going to say, from your angle, you can see the adjutant, and she's making a
Okay.
beeline. She seems to have come out of another. She's jumped off a
Yeah.
roof. She's
Okay.
making her way to the ship.
Oh, okay.
Great.
That's fine.
I'm
That's
going to
not
be making my way to the ship.
So, well, no, we're on a new round.
Okay.
So it's back round to
Alright,
Gax.
back round to Gax. Yeah, okay.
And Gax, what is your action?
Okay, so I'm going to be trying to push back with my legs, trying to crawl along the floor on the flat of my back with my legs and my hands, squealing like a pig. And say, oh, I've been hit! Oh, quick, out!
Weren't you an ex-stormtrooper?
Yeah, exactly. That's what they do. You can't hear it because the helmet, they're going. The helmet's not for their protection, so they don't cry and they get
Like,
hit.
keep out there.
Oh.
Okay, so are you going to take a shot while you're pushing yourself back, or are you?
I'm going to try and get into a bit of better cut. Try and get into some better cover if possible.
From where you are, now that you're kind of on the floor, you could literally roll off onto the bridge below.
I shall do that then.
You didn't let me finish. If you roll off, I'm not going to make you roll, but you might take. So you can either make a jump roll, to land safely. But if you fail your jump roll, you might miss it completely because I'm that kind of guy. Or you can just roll off and kind of hit the ramp below you and take the impact on your armor. It's up to you.
No, we'll have a jump. We'll try and jump off.
You are at -1D. It is a strength roll.
Yeah.
Remember, don't let it go through your ankles. You want to let the force.
Okay.
2 dice only.
Yeah. A 6 and a 4, 10.
Was
okay.
Which one was the wild die?
The 4.
Shame.
Love me.
If
there's anyone watching now on the Twitch and you want to spend your Garblag Groats on making Gax do a reroll just to see if that was funny, I'd be more than happy to accept that.
Oh no! It's the power. It's being abused. Oh,
me?
Yeah.
Isn't this supposed to help us? No.
Oh, is that how it works? Oh, right. Okay.
Well, unless it's a acceptable use to make the GM do rerolls as well.
Yeah,
I don't know.
chat's only allowed
we should do that. That'd be cool.
Okay?
I'd accept that. I'd accept
people are gonna
rerolls.
just be making things even more difficult every time.
I would accept expenditure of Garblag Groats on DM rolls because I think that'll be hysterical.
Oh, would that be it? Be like you can only spend them on fucking over the players for comedic value.
Okay,
quick,
so
get on to Discord, get some people over here now.
over it right now.
Oh, the star just rolled a 1. Oh, reroll. Hey.
Oh, a 6 and another.
So Gax,
6.
you hit the ground, bonk, but you don't land very dexterously.
DM rolls
and in fact, you just hit it, but you
2,000.
managed to kind of take it on your shoulder and on your arm and kind of roll yourself into a position.
Yeah.
So you're actually covered. You can't see them and they can't see you.
Okay.
Yay.
That's your action.
I hope the droid don't follow me.
Marabella. The droid better not follow you. I'm not sure you'd be able to do it. It'd be on 1D.
No, I'm gonna...
No suspension.
just smash like an iPhone, just gone.
Could spend some character points.
You'd get a droid land on you.
So quick note.
Plus side, it's the medical droid, so he can patch you back up again after he's crushed you into the floor.
At the don't forget that at the beginning of an action, you can spend a character point to add a dice. But remember, your character points are also your XP in a way. So if you spend it, you lose it.
All right. Yeah.
But we'll give you some later because of all the fantastic roleplay you're doing. So next up, Marabella. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna keep shooting. Ideally, I think I will try to hit the guy who. I think there's a guy who's a bit in the open still, or has he got back to cover yet?
No, he's still technically out in the open because No,
hasn't
they had their
action
round.
set.
So yeah, no, he.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, he
Yeah,
took
he
his
did a
action to
jump.
shoot. He took his action
Oh,
to shoot. So yeah,
okay.
he's still in the open.
And the rest of us
Very-
going,
very-
"Get in cover, you idiot!"
No, he's feeling very brave. He just took down the guy.
So he's actually easier to hit at the moment.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to hit this one.
I want to upgrade from my blaster pistol to turbo lasers. That's what I'm after right now.
So just for confirmation, if I have specialization blaster, that's one more die, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
I forgot this one last time. That's 4d dexterity plus 1d plus specialization.
Ooh,
Yeah.
headshot.
Well, that's what got happened last time, didn't it? Just pinged off his helmet.
Oh, but that's the Saving Private Ryan thing. He takes it off and goes, "Oh wow!"
Yes, he does.
So
Oh.
headshot, headshot.
What do we have? 10, 14, 17, 18 plus a 6 on the wild eye. That's already.
So is there such thing as critical hit equivalent in this system?
How does that work? Do I do reroll the?
You roll it up, but you've already hit. So.
You've definitely
Yeah,
already
it's
hit.
called crime
Yeah.
against humanity.
So I think that's no. I'm just gonna roll it again just for fun.
Oh, boy.
It's another
The
another
rebels
6.
You can carry on rolling till you
Yeah.
stop rolling
And
sixes.
4.
Yeah, they're gonna have to write a letter home to this guy's.
So what was that total?
Sorry.
What was
What
that total?
So that's 6, 6, 4 on the wild dice plus 18.
That's over 30. It's 34.
Right. So funnily enough,
Boy.
I'm not going to try and dodge.
34.
But
You could roll 6s.
I could. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm going to try and dodge. No.
What do you think?
What are the odds of failing to dodge a 34?
So he's failed his
Captain,
dodge.
let me process
This
that.
magnificent, this beautiful. You bring your blaster up in a fluid motion. You don't even aim. You just take off one pot shot. You just go. And this green blaster bolt just flies across the space. You can just imagine that the camera's kind of following the blaster bolt as it flies through the air and hits the guy as he was taking his helmet off. So you go, "Oh my
Guys,
God."
look, I dodged it.
And now roll for damage, which is where it all
Yeah,
goes
now
wrong
it's too
with one.
little damage.
Then you roll damage and you do like 4 and he just soaks it.
Yeah,
I
it's like a
am not
flick in the
going to
head.
include my armor on this because I think it is just such an amazing
Oh.
roll.
And that's a good
So
roll
I'll just
anyway.
roll my strength on
So
that.
that's 21.
See, you can't hold
Oh,
goes bad.
he's just in the mortally wounded character. Yeah, so you haven't killed him, but you've mortally wounded him.
Ah,
Which probably means taking him out of the fight.
Oh yeah, he's totally out of the fight. So
Which is good enough.
the character falls prone and is unconscious. The character can't do anything until he's healed. The character may die at the end of round. Blah 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 blah. So he can't do anything as this blaster bolt hit his forehead, shattering bone, tearing and burning away flesh, and he falls to the floor in a heap.
So
The
that's
Force only knows how he is not dead, but there you go.
He's out of the fight, and you might have persuaded one of the others to go and keep him alive if they give a shit about their comrades, which they may or may not, depending on.
Captain, I estimate his chances of survival are 0.000000.
Brilliant.
Never tell me the odds.
It's brilliant. I love that.
Capo, yeah, capo.
So next is Catalana. You're going to carry on making a run for it.
Is it? Like
Make a
the
run.
brave. No, not at all. I'm running. 13.
And you got 10.
Continuing to cheese it.
You'll be at the ship next round.
Yay! Then I'm going to try and dissuade the Y-Wings.
So that means next is E2B1.
So I look to my right, the client's gone. I look to my left, the captain's gone. I turn to the only person and say, "Don't worry, I'll watch your back." And he rolls off onto the bridge. If a droid could sigh, I would be, if I was programmed to be pessimistic, I would be pessimistic. However, I am a good droid, I'm a loyal droid. So E2 is going to get up and he's going to trudge his metal arse as far as he can to the ship, which is not going to be very far. And hopefully they take mercy on effectively what is a doctor. Okay.
But the only other combatant that they can see at the moment now would be Marabella.
Yeah.
Who is actually shooting at them and who's
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
actually shooting at them.
No,
But
it's
you're in between them
Yeah.
and
no, that's
him.
fine. Yep.
So if
That's my job.
if they miss badly, you know, that
Yeah.
might be entertaining.
Yeah,
Um,
all right. But yeah, I'm going to use. There's not a way to increase my movement. Realistically, there isn't, is there? Like I can't all out run.
You need
Yeah.
roller skates.
Yeah.
So hopefully they miss, but not too badly.
Well, I can get patched up by you. It's not the way. It's not the end of the world if I.
yeah,
I
do.
kind of
vice
get the
versa.
sense with sort of droid technology, you kind of move probably in the same way C-3PO
Yeah.
does,
Yeah, basically.
which isn't fast.
No.
And you
We
have a
need-
dex of 1D, so
Yeah,
no.
so no, that's all right. No, that's fine. I just wanted to check if there
Yeah,
was,
no.
So we need to mount some roller skates, is what I'm hearing.
that would make me efficient as a doctor. I'm a doctor on wheels.
You must have seen Spaceballs.
Yeah, I have seen Spaceballs. Fine.
An option for ice skate if you
Robots on wheels.
weather permits it.
So
But yeah, open target, fine, yeah, because I'm programmed to get to help them, and if they've all gone, then I have to.
then
get
you're going to go where they,
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's now the rebels' turn. The one who is wounded is going to triage the one that's on the floor, leaving 3 left to shoot at
Sense.
Marabella. No.
Look, a defenseless droid. Shoot at it.
Also no. And then the third one seems to kind of get on a large sort of industrial kind of comlink, long-range comlink system, and he's kind of shouting down there.
Okay. Probably warning the Y-Wings that someone's running.
We're taking fire!
Oh, thank God, Jensen! Or whatever the Star Wars equivalent name of Jensen would be.
Who knows?
I don't know, that could work, probably.
They got Quarg. I don't know.
So, new round.
You're on. Y-Wings
Gax.
are coming.
So yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna get broken. Oh boy.
Just need to check something.
he's gone.
The Force, I know you're out there and I'm a droid, but if I could not be destroyed in my first proper game, that would be just, I would be very happy.
What are we doing?
I
I was just
believe...
checking a stat on something. Just bear with me.
Oh no, that's never good.
Yeah.
So,
It's a
Gax.
stat on the Y-Wings.
You look up. There's a Rancor.
They've tamed Rancors.
Yeah, I think that's
And
one.
No,
running
no,
on
no,
the
not
sideburns
tamed.
around.
Not tamed.
That would be bad though. If
Just
you were
directed.
yeah, like if you were a rebel though, it's like, wow, they tamed them. That's amazing. No, we didn't tame them. Why are you going out there? Oh, this is why we do.
We didn't tame them. We're just on
the hologram.
We're just hiding behind them.
Yeah, like just holding on for dear life.
One of the Y-Wings
Yeah.
peels off.
Oh, well, that's never good.
Which way?
Seems to be kind of peeling away more towards the direction of the starship of your
surprise.
ship, which we named what again?
Wild die.
The Wild Die, because that's how we roll.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The other Y-wing hasn't peeled off and now has an opportunity to fire, but that's in this round. So anyway, starting with Gags, what do you want to do?
I'll have a look round from down here on the bridge. What's down here? Where can I run to from here?
From where you are, you can hear that kind of screaming Y-wing engine in atmosphere, which kind of amplifies the sort of buzzing noise it makes. Almost like one of those German World War II bombers, Stuka, as it kind of takes a dive.
Yeah.
So you can hear it. You can't see it because the bridge above you is in the way. There is another gangway beneath you. If you want to make a jump there, that would probably get you further out of any blast radius if a shot was to happen. The walkway that you're currently on goes both to the south and the east. You're kind of at this sort of tree stump kind of junction, so it's a sort of balcony ring-like area around a larger branch, and there's kind of like it's a sort of junction, and there's bits going off each way, and then there's the gangway beneath you as well.
I'm going to jump down to the gangway beneath me.
Okay. Do you want to just drop, or do you want to make a jump roll?
We'll make a jump roll.
You're not stunned anymore, so. Oh no! Yes, you are.
Yeah, because
you are. Yeah. This is still the second round. Yeah. You're still stunned.
Could I try to make a controlled drop, i.e., hang on here, lower myself down, and then sort of get like?
Do you have a synth rope dispenser or anything?
No.
Never leave home without it.
Do you have? Okay, I'll tell you what. Yes, you can. It will make the roll easier.
Okay.
So make a roll.
What sort of roll?
Climb, jump, which is strength.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. So we're rocking the 2 dice again.
What could go wrong?
6.
6 total.
In total, yeah, not this wild die. In total.
No. The good news is that the one that I rolled was on the normal dice. So at least it wasn't a one on the wild dice. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You actually miscalculate the distance between you and the gangway beneath you.
Okay.
And you realise this as it goes past you, and you fall further, hitting a platform below it, which is more like someone's personal balcony area. In fact, you seem to be in a. You hit it. Yeah, hold on. So you crash into a water feature, like a fountain, kind of statue thing. So that takes some of it, but you still take 11 points of damage. So you might be able to absorb all of that, frankly.
Do I get -1 dice on the?
No, not on absorbing.
Okay, so that's just a strength.
Plus your armor.
16.
Yeah, that does it. So you soak it all, but you've kind of landed like with one leg hanging over the rim of the water feature, one arm strewn rather unceremoniously across the statue at the center of it, and you kind of make a noise.
Thankfully, no one saw that.
Luckily, no one did see it because everyone has fled for their lives.
Or is dead.
But you are essentially from where you are now, Gax, is that you're out of combat.
Okay.
So you've fallen to safety, really.
Okay.
So next up is Marabella.
Yes.
What do you want to do?
Y-wing. Pay attention to the Y-wing.
Yeah.
Shoot the Y-wing.
Shoot the Y-wing. Yes, take
Yeah,
another one.
I have
Sit
that in mind.
down.
Yeah. Is it
Shoot
obvious
her.
what kind of target he might try to hit? Probably gonna want to run towards not there, and
Not
not
to
in the
the
face of the
ship.
other people shooting me.
So do you remember how I
Full of
said that
gags. Worked out for
it
him.
would be harder to hit you because of the whole scaling system?
Yeah.
I will allow a side roll without any minuses, and it won't affect any additional rolls, but I'll allow a kind of perception or tactical roll or something like that to kind of take a figuring out of what he's got. So have you got any tactic skills or?
No, not that much. What would be tactical?
Just trying to.
Something in mechanics or?
Tactics would be under
Because I don't think no. I don't think so.
Knowledge roll.
No knowledge of good business language and streetwise.
So I'll allow I'll allow a knowledge or perception roll.
Knowledge or perception, which is 3D for both of them. So that's gonna be one of them. Let's do perception. For the sake of naming one. And that's gonna be 11.
Okay. The angle of the approach indicates that he's going to blow out the bridge from underneath you.
All right.
Rather than try and shoot you. That was a free roll, so that's not going to impact on any additional rolls you decide to make from here on in. So what do you want to do?
All right. Is there cover that's a bit further away than the bridge? Because I don't want to be caught in the blast radius anyway. And
So you can head in the direction of Catalana and the starship.
would be our first guess. Yeah.
So you've got a couple of. You can make an all-out. You can run all the way. Well, not all the way there, but if you make a pretty successful run roll, that might get you out of the blast radius. You can make a jump onto the balcony of the building that the advocate jumped into.
Mm-hmm.
That would give you cover from the explosion, but the bridge blowing up would hit that. So you would be behind cover, but that cover would get impacted by an explosion. You can run towards the ship and try and get out of the radius.
Yep.
But
What's
if you
what's the characteristic for running?
Running is
Dex.
Dex.
It's Dex. Okay, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Please bear in mind that if you don't do well on this, it kind of will decide where we're going to be when this hits you.
Well, if I stay there, I don't have.
You'll definitely. Yeah.
So I have to do something. So
remember, you can spend a character point for an extra die.
Yes.
I think that should be fine with 4.
Okay.
Let's try this. And yeah, great. I rolled a 1.
On the wild die?
Yeah, on the wild die. Yeah. So it's gonna be 11.
If someone wants to give Eve a reroll
13,
on the Twitch channel,
14 total 14.
As there are any Twitch watchers out there that want to come and save Marabella with a Garblag Groat, now is the time.
Please, sir, please.
No? Okay.
Think up.
So
Seems
now
to hit me.
we can.
Dear.
You either take away the highest, take away the lowest, or something interesting happens. Guess which one I'm doing. So you actually.
My friend just said, "Please fail." that's very kind.
That's so nice of them. So you actually you trip.
Oh.
And you trip and you fall. You fall off the bridge. Because this is Star Wars architecture, and the railings aren't great if you're lucky to even have railings at all, frankly. So you're gonna fall off, hit something beneath you.
someone's just given Nye a reroll.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you. You are a treasure. You are a gem.
I think that person has probably thought ahead and realised that yes, the droid is the slowest and he's still on the bridge.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, exactly. Just
So basically, I just fall down the bridge.
You hit a building beneath you.
Right.
A straw kind of rooftop. You fall through the roof into someone's house. Smack, kind of break a table underneath you, kind of pro wrestling style.
Breakfast is disturbed.
You know, cutlery and china go smashing everywhere. You take. Oh gosh.
Pull the Star Wars equivalent of a fork out your bottom.
Right, make a roll to absorb, which is just strength. Have you got any armor on?
No.
Okay.
So that's 2D. That's gonna be fun.
Ouch.
There's no way you die on this one, right?
And not to absorb.
No,
got 6.
Too generous.
Oh, that's not too bad. So. Okay. So you are wounded. Mark that on the character sheet. The character falls prone and contain no actions for the rest of the round. This character suffers -1d skill and attribute rolls until he is healed.
Until healed. Great.
Okay.
Processing.
Next is
Get in the ship.
Atlanta.
With my tactical knowledge, do I think that turreting this Y-wing has any chance of me surviving it, or will they just blow me apart because I'm then a sitting target on the ground? Would I be better off trying to get the thing into this air and engaging them that way?
That's a tricky one. If you leave, you're no longer a target, and you know you are a sitting duck there on the pad. You can quite easily be knocked out, but that Y-wing is currently making a strafing run on your friends. If you go straight to the top gun and make a roll, you might be able to hit that Y-wing from where you are in a stationary position.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Well, strafing is like a super vulnerable move to do. Like in a hypothetical scenario, a pilot would only strafe if like they're thinking, there's nobody here to shoot back at me, I'll be fine. So even if you miss, that might like freak him out.
Might put him off his run.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
he'll probably still drop his loads, but I mean, I was already.
So bear with as I quickly don't roll anything yet.
Okay, I'm not rolling it.
Depends how hard.
So you've got a top turret laser cannon.
I do.
And that gives you a fire control of 2D. So roll your Starship gunnery
plus an extra
plus
2D.
2D.
Ooh.
Okay.
I just noticed though that your YT doesn't actually have any maneuverability.
Oh.
Which is a bit harsh.
It's a freighter.
Space transport,
Sleek.
Well, maybe we can bargain some new parts later.
So it's going to be so it's an easy roll. So I want a 10 or more. It's not hard because he himself is in this kind of vulnerable.
Just for reference, I'm rolling 7 dice.
That's what we thought. Okay.
Better than my thug.
And I didn't roll a 1 on the wild die.
Hooray!
That's 10. That's 15. That's 21.
That's done it. So I need to find the Y-wing. Y-wing. Do I have any maneuverability? Y-wing.
Do I dissuade
Has
him?
a maneuverability of 2D. Who would have thunk it? Okay, so I'm going to make a dodge.
Maneuverability.
Oh, they're bombers, aren't they?
They are bombers, but they're mixed.
Yeah.
They're an all-purpose.
It's a bomber, but it's a military ship.
They're an all-purpose. They're not a
they would be
dedicated bomber craft.
So what did you get in total? Because that's what I've got to get.
I think they're called carrier bombers, so they can do other stuff.
we want, we can challenge him in a
Oh my god! I just rolled 4
I don't know,
ones.
moving things
Oh,
around.
perfect. Yeah. Fresh off the presses. This guy's never flown a Y-wing before.
They're shooting at me! They're shooting at me!
What? Dodge into the fire? Okay, I'll try that.
Roll for damage.
Y3, what's
What
your
am I
status?
rolling for damage?
Good question.
I don't
Go
know the
between
stats.
them.
You're on the same scale, so there's no scale change in dice.
Yeah.
Your damage as a laser cannon is 4D. And my
Bog standard.
hull... Yeah, totally bog standard. My hull is also 4D. I'm going to say, though, realistically, he wouldn't have had his shields kind of ready for this. And that will be the kind of bad thing that happened to him because he rolled a 1 on the wild die. He's not got his shields forward arced
Oh, no.
for this attack.
Forgot to push
Or
button.
yeah, whatever. 10.
Yeah, I mean, he might panic, and who knows?
Okay, so you hit him. The blaster bolt gets his his port side engine, shooting off one of the pylons that kind of goes around the core, makes it kind of spins off. There's a bit of fire. The ship rocks and it starts to spin away. It's not been destroyed, but he's not on the attack vector now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll go with that for now. What's the adjutant doing?
She's jumped on board as well. So in fact, her action is to basically say, well, if you're doing that, she's going to start switching the ship on.
Yeah, good.
Okay, just switching on.
Yeah. I can have an argument about where we're... She's going to steal my ship while I'm in the gunner seat.
Yeah, like you're being kidnapped. Yeah.
We can have an argument about where we're going in a second.
So next is E2B1. From your angle, you see this Y-wing streak overhead, massive engines roaring, getting ready for attack run, and then you see a large green blaster bolt fire out from the wild die, hitting the portside engine, tearing off a pylon, fire erupting from the engine, and it kind of taking a side twirl out of the direction of the bridge. But it seems to kind of go in to the sort of bush branches of the tumbleweed mass. So what are you going to do? No one's there. Basically, you're on your own.
But they're all ahead.
No, they're not even ahead at all.
No.
Two of them
Mirabella and
down.
Gax are several levels down below you. You can't see.
No, I'm going to keep
E2B1 at all.
I'm going to keep.
Oh, you are E2B1. Sorry, you can't see.
It's fine.
Catalana at all.
You can see Catalana. I can see Gax. It's down 2 levels. I'm probably 1 or 2 levels down as well because of my fall.
Well, at least my first aid's going to come and use some rollback on the ship. I'm assuming, I'm just going to keep motoring on ahead. I don't really have any progress. I might put my arms up to look particularly like defenseless, just to add to that. I'm retreating. E2 is retreating. E2 is retreating. Yeah, I'll just repeat that on loop. E2 is retreating. E2 is retreating.
So E2 is now the only target on the bridge.
Well, you know what? Fine. It's fine. You know what? Yeah, it's fine. Shoot a defense destroyed. Yeah, no, it's fine.
That's what they kind of take it as. And the 3 that were, one was on the floor, one was trying to first aid the one that was on the floor.
Yeah.
One was on their radio.
I should have asked him if I could fix his mate up. Maybe they'd go easy on me. No, that wouldn't happen.
The guy with the radio puts his radio down, and 3 of them start heading up the bridge tactically towards the ship.
Oh, okay.
They're not opening fire, but they are basically all out running. Combat boots
just gonna
banging.
Go past me like
Combat boots banging heavily on the
bridge.
wooden decking.
No, I kind of dissuaded the Y-wing from
Yeah,
bombing the
no,
bridge.
he's not bombing the bridge, which is a
Oh.
good thing because we were all, well, you and I were at risk because of it. I still got that extra reroll.
So now it's the round of the Y-wings. The Y-wing that has been hit needs to make a piloting roll, otherwise he's going to hit some branches.
And let's hope for him it's better than his shield raising skills.
Yeah, so he's all right, but he's had to kind of veer away off
Yeah.
from you guys quite dramatically to kind of duck and weave through various branches that are kind of reaching out around him. And you can't see the second Y-wing at all now. It's off the radar. Worryingly so.
Yeah,
Great.
fine.
Calling for backup,
Alright.
more than likely.
Possibly.
Oh. Well.
So,
yeah.
new round. Gax.
I'm going to try and make my way. I don't know how difficult this is going to be. Back to the ship.
We'll move a little bit out of combat rounds now. As the
Don't I have a Y-wing trying to shoot our ship while we're...
No, so
you displaced them. That was
he had to
the-
weave out
Mhm.
through the tumbleweed kind of trees and logs because he had veered off course. You hit him, you hit his engine.
Yeah, what about the one I didn't shoot?
He's
No, no,
disappeared
no.
off the radar. You don't know where
Yeah.
he's gone.
Okay, interesting.
That's what I'm saying. He's probably going to tell the others, hey.
So
we'll-
basically,
Okay.
before I kind of go back into what these
Yep.
three rebel
Rebels
troopers
are
are going to
doing,
do,
aye.
what are you guys going to do as a team, as a group, and then we'll kind of figure out what's going to happen after
Okay.
that. So plan,
Well-
guys. What are you going to do? You got a ship?
Have we got comlinks? Can we talk to each other?
Yes.
Yes,
most
I've got
definitely.
them inbuilt into me, so I can just.
Okay, I'll be on the radio saying, okay, where are you? Where can get somewhere we can pick
Captain,
you up?
I am making my approach. I will be there in. Quite
You will be
some
there
time.
you will be there after the soldiers who are going to try and come on board and shoot us. If you'll excuse me, I won't be opening the door for them.
E2 goes.
Why not to get shot?
Captain, there are rebels approaching.
Yeah, I noticed. Thank you. Gax, Mirabelle, where are you?
I'm taking a swim.
Yeah, I fell down the bridge, maybe one level or two.
Try and find a way to somewhere we can rendezvous and you can jump on board. I'm going to try and look for. I'm going to be heading to the cockpit, and I'm going to try and look for somewhere we could bring the ship in, and lower the gangplank, the landing ramp, so they could.
So when you
jump on.
get to the bridge, the adjutant seems to have already been on the same
Yeah.
page, and she's pointing to a location on the map that if they head down,
Yeah.
you can fly the ship under part of the sphere of the tumbleweed, and they could drop onto the roof into the airlock.
That sounds good.
In a
Cool.
sort of,
I'll relay that.
best thing kind of way.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
pretty
relay
nice.
that as a suggestion. I'll give you as best directions I can.
So what you need to do, Colin, to kind of use the sphere of this plant life to your advantage.
Yeah.
So that the other Y-wing can't track you. If you stick, the closer you stick to it,
Yeah.
the harder it's going to be for him to find him after you take off. So the more risky you go, the more likely you are to
Yeah.
crash. But you might not be tracked, and they might not be able to find you as you collect the rest of your crew. No pressure.
I'll go for it. I'm going to go for flying reasonably close.
Get those two first, because I'm fine. Worst case.
You're standing right next to the soldiers.
Yeah,
If
no, I
I'm
know.
getting
Worst case,
when
yeah.
I come back for you, I want to have the stormtrooper pinning the soldiers down.
exactly.
while you
No,
hop on board.
that is totally
So
why.
yeah,
I'm
I
thinking,
suppose that's a valid question actually. Who are you getting first?
Well, I was going to go round underneath. I will,
probably.
whichever I can get to
Gax.
soonest.
Well,
Because
you
he
can
fell further
get to
than
ETB1 straight away.
Yes,
So
but
they're right.
one has
they're-
to-
yeah, they'll open
of-
fire on you the minute you drop the gangplank.
yeah, that's my
Yeah,
concern.
don't-
I want to
yeah,
be
don't
somewhere
do that.
where the soldiers aren't.
No, that's a valid concern. I wouldn't do that.
Okay, so
E2 is
Out of the
saying
other,
no.
out of the other two, whoever I can get to first, essentially.
but if that's the plan, then
Can we all rendezvous at the same point?
well, yeah. So Gax and
If they can rendezvous,
Mirabella
at
can
some point, that'd be
rendezvous
best.
at the bottom half of the sphere. Basically, move quickly down the levels to get there.
Okay,
But that
so
will. I'm just going to give you a heads up. That will allow for some sort of narrative moment with E2B1 with the rebels.
That's fine.
yeah, I
go.
know.
Okay.
I'm a smooth talker, of course.
So yes, yeah.
Would
Do you want
like-
me to roll a
can try
piloting
being
check
shocked.
to try
I
and?
want. So the closer you go, the less likely you are to be found.
Yeah.
But the harder the difficulty. So the hardest difficulty is going to be 17 or more, and that means you won't get tracked. Do you want to go for that, or do you want to ease it up a bit?
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it. What's the worst that
Do
can
you want to
happen?
spend a character point?
I've got 5 dice.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
He says.
This wasn't my idea, guys.
You can add
Oh,
as
shit.
many dice as you want. You can still roll a 1 on your Y dice.
12. I got 3 ones.
Oh man.
I am not regretting being on the ship now.
Yeah, you're not regretting not being on the ship.
I'm
I
a
don't-
droid. They'll just reprogram me. I'll work.
Was one
with
of them a 1 on the wild die?
No, the wild die was not a 1.
Okay.
I got a 3 on the wild die, a 6 on one of the others, and all the rest.
So
came up.
you know how in Return of the Jedi the Millennium Falcon is flying through the Death Star and kind of has to
Oh,
go
no.
low beneath pies
Yeah,
and the radar
yeah,
dish gets
yeah.
knocked out.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
basically flying underneath this
Yeah.
sphere between giant
Someone's just thrown a reroll at me.
branches.
Someone's
Yeah.
Are
just
you
thrown...
kidding? Have
Oh,
they?
really?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Thank you
awesome.
very much. Whoops. Oh, come back here. That
Oh, he dropped
is-
on the floor. He dropped on the
I
floor.
did drop my wild die on the floor, but I'm retrieving it. That's far better. That is a 20 now.
Yes! Yes! Hooray for
Thank you
players.
very
Who-
much.
Who was that? Who was that? Has
Plays
he got
forever. The
Oh,
same one who
thank
who
you.
gave one tonight.
Oh,
Thank
Well,
you
Nice
very
gonna
much.
need that in a minute.
You are a gem. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
thank
Thank you. Oh man.
Treasure.
That is
Saved our
awesome.
ship.
That is awesome. Okay, so at the
We're gonna
last
need that.
minute, at the last minute, you duck and weave, and you have to pull the YT-1300 onto its side to weave in between 2 giant logs, and you come down under. You've positioned yourself below a low-hanging rope bridge, but you can't get too close, otherwise you're going to hit it and basically knock it off. So Gax and Mirabella are going to have to make jump rolls to jump onto the ship and get into the
Not
airlock.
again.
Go.
Please don't fail.
Now I've not
Jump roll,
got any
let's-
minus dice now, have I?
No,
So
no,
it's
no
done.
minuses.
You don't.
Okay.
Mirabella does.
I do, and that's a strength roll.
Yep.
Yes,
One's been
sir.
knocked out of you.
That is gonna be
13.
funny, because I've got 2 Ds
13's good.
minus 1. So
You've
that's
got 1
one
D.
die.
One
and that's
die.
the wide one. That's the wide one. Is it?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is.
Do you want to spend a character point?
4.
You
Yeah.
have to
We're
double.
turning-
Okay.
We're turning into like those infomercials. So like, hey, do you
Yeah.
want to insert products
I
that
will
we're trying
allow-
to sell?
Gax, do you want to make a some sort of roll to grab
Yeah, just like
Mirabella? Not basically stop
Yeah.
him from hitting the deck too hard.
and turning into
So
Yeah,
I'll
definitely
I'll allow some sort of
Can I sort of put myself in the way, sort of
yeah,
Yeah.
like,
injure myself
yeah.
slightly
hug.
to stop him injuring himself big time, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. That works very
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So we'll call that. We don't need a roll for that. Basically, you kind of put yourself there, American football style, ready to kind of
Yeah.
pitch it, take the ball, and he falls on top of you. You kind of grab him in a bear hug. Your back
Yeah.
hits the
I'm pretty
deck.
sure Mirabella is female. Mirabella's female.
Yes, Marabella's female. Marabella falls into your arms, into this bear hug. It's a little bit uncomfortable.
Well,
Well-
he just smacked his back off the.
Very uncomfortable.
Gax takes a bad bump onto the deck, but it's probably saved by his armor. You take 6, 12, 13, 14, 15 points of damage. So do you want to try and soak 15 on your strength plus your armor?
Yeah, big style. 16, 21.
21, that's fine. And Marabella, you take less damage. 3.
Well, so
3. So don't roll very badly.
So is the soak isn't penalised? You said earlier.
Soak's not penalised.
Soak is strength, right?
So yeah, roll 2d and try to get more than try to get at least a 3.
Well, that's gonna be, I kid you not, 4.
It'll do.
That's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Right. So the scene kind of moves as you guys are helped into the airlock by the adjutant, and Catalana holds the ship steady. In the distance, you can hear Y-wings circling, but they can't see you. Move up, and the kind of scene moves.
What the hell did we lose? A YT 1300 transport.
It kind of moves through the branches and the leaves and the various pathways and bridges to E2B1, who has now been surrounded by 3 rebels, blaster rifle pointed at him, and they look really angry. You're that droid!
Designation E21B. Ex Imperial Medical Droid.
You'd want to say ex Imperial Medical Droid?
Can droids lie? I don't know if they can.
I would certainly say that it's definitely not within the program.
No, I wouldn't say.
Well, it depends. You are not an Imperial medical droid anymore.
No, but that's the X part.
Is ex-Imperial actually true anymore?
No. Like I think genuinely, I don't think I would have the wherewithal, because it's not like I'm programmed for this kind of stuff. I don't know. It's fine. I
just kind of expect E2B1 medical droid.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. They'll probably just.
Cool. Carry on anyway.
Imperial sympathizer scum. Where did you take her? Where did you take the spy? Where have your friends gone?
E2B does not have this information. Just deadpan, looking at whoever's speaking to me. I don't know where they are, so I can't. Do you need medical assistance?
Yes. Attend to our colleagues over there.
Medical assistance shall be received. And I start waddling. I mean, maybe they bring the guy to me, but like I have to. Well, So,
do you want to start rendering medical assistance to these guys that shot you?
Yeah, I will. It's
okay, right? No, fair enough.
Well, it's not like I can do anything else. Yeah, I'll do that.
Egalitarian of you. Right.
Yeah.
That's better than getting shot or dismantled on the
Well,
spot.
I mean, I'm an ex-Imperial droid. Surely, if I'm going against my original programming, I should want to help everybody, not just So I'm rolling first aid. I'm assuming.
First aid to begin with.
Okay, that's 6D. All right.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, where's my? Oh no. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Someone else who's dropped their dice on the floor today and beginning to think that's tonight's theme.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, found it. It's fine.
Not such a catchy name for the ship. The
dice on the floor
dice.
Okay, let's
floor
roll.
dice.
Right, 60. There we go. Okay. Okie dokes. That's 2 6s, a 1, a 4, a 1 again, and a 5 on the
What's that in total?
So 6 is 12, 1 is 14, and then a
18 for 23.
18.
So you successfully stabilize and heal this person's wound. What's your plan of exit here? Because at the moment, they don't seem to want to let you go.
I understand
that. Their treatment of you is like an object.
Yes. No. I
So now
understand that.
they're saying, right, well, what do we do with this one? We could take
Yeah,
him
they're
back
having
to
a-
the base with us.
Is-
Probably
is
come in
there-
handy. No, we should
is-
just blast it. He's an Imperial
Yeah.
sympathizer.
Is there somebody like? Is there someone like right next to me, intently looking at what I'm doing? Could I potentially communicate to the others in a way that
Easily.
they wouldn't
If
know?
I would say it's easier for you because your comlink's internal. So
Yeah, so I would
could,
just
in a way,
look
you
like-
probably wouldn't even
yeah.
need to. Yeah. You
I'm
do
gonna-
pick up an interesting tidbit. They seem to be concerned that the Rebel Alliance might be on their way.
Okay, right, Captain.
Receiving.
I believe the Rebel Alliance will be on their way soon. I do not believe that these people are part of the Rebel Alliance. I'm saying this as quietly as I possibly can, obviously. I'm not like just loud speaking this. I would assume I have that understanding.
Okay, what have you got? What's your options for getting out of there?
My options? Calculating.
Brilliant.
Options. My chances of escape by running are low. I would suggest perhaps. Do I have a? I was just about to say, would they be able to track me, or do I? No, I don't have anything on me that would allow it. Never mind. So I say, if I just pop on their ship, surely you guys could fall. Yeah, I mean,
No, you need some sort of tracking
yeah, I
device.
need a tracker. I don't have that. No, that's fine.
Running is an option. How's falling?
No, falling, possibly. I would need to know where to fall. Providing directions. Am I close to something I could fall off of? Because I think
This
I'm
whole
really
this
slow.
whole construct is gangways
Oh, perfect.
and walkways and all the various different types of platforms across up and down, left and right. It's a bit of a maze. So yeah, there's plenty of places to fall off.
Oh,
Okay.
good is your strengths.
Saying like a rock.
Captain, I am not far from where the original battle occurred. Could you please fly close to there? And then...
Gax, can you get on sensors? Can you find us a
I'll
path?
try. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until I get confirmation that they are close, and then I'm just going to fall off and hope they catch me. Otherwise, they're taking me. Like, I have no options. I mean, I don't have any weaponry. I don't have good speeds, but that's fine. You know, I made
Cool.
my bed, and I'm going to sleep in it.
You
So-
may be playing an adjutant shortly.
Gax,
Right, yeah, no, that's fine.
Gax, if you want to make a sensors roll, and it's a search roll with your sensors, so you get an additional 2D.
Are the Y-wings still
Okay.
like? Are they circling above us? I would
You
presume.
don't know.
can't see them from where you are either.
Okay. Oh, I'll
So-
Captain, the Y-wings have dissipated. I don't know.
They're probably trying to find us.
Yeah.
Sensors is a mechanical roll.
And it's plus 2D, did you say?
Yeah, 2D because you're making a search with your
It-
sensors.
In a perfect world, I would probably prefer you flew above and let me run up the gangway, but I recognize that we might have to sacrifice a droid here.
Okay, so I got
Got you.
15, but I rolled a 1 on the wild dice.
Oh no. Oh well.
Take away your
It was nice
lowest.
being a droid.
That's 12.
Okay. Catalana,
Yeah.
you have a vector.
Yeah.
In theory, you could pilot almost under the location where you need to be.
Yeah. But it's going to be challenging.
Well, you could, yeah, and then you could flip the ship and you could fall into the main gangway, the main
Okay.
entrance, rather than the airlock, which means
Yeah.
it's easier for him to fall, as it were.
Yeah. Okay.
It'd be less hard for him to do anything because his
Yeah.
jump/fall roll would be into a wider space
Yeah.
rather than trying to jump onto the airlock.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be
And if I-
harder for you. You're going to need to make 2 rolls.
Okay.
One roll to navigate through the branches, the leaves, the bridges, the land, all that.
Yeah.
And then 1 to catch him.
Okay. Gax, get to the entryway. just in case we get some unwelcome guests. Everyone, secure yourselves.
Oh, Jim, you're muted. Just sorry.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. I just, in case you were saying like, guys.
Just checking, so I didn't know whether
Hold
when
on
I
a sec.
left my bag at Asda, whether someone.
Apologies.
No, it's all right. Don't worry about it. These things happen.
Jamie, coming back in a bit. Okay.
Okay, we'll do.
Right.
All right.
Sorry, that's the daughter. Sorry, I do apologise.
That's all right.
Right.
As I said.
So, yeah.
What do you want me to do? Sorry.
Get to the entrance. Get to the main entrance.
Okay.
Find somewhere to secure yourself there, just in case we get some unwelcome guests.
No problem at all. No problem.
Gonna be around as well.
Everyone else, secure yourselves. This is going to be bumpy.
Marabella, where do you want to go? Are you going to be
What?
down by the gangway as well?
Yeah, and nearby just in case.
You guys must really love this droid.
Where? Leave no man behind.
Exactly.
We want our
Yeah.
medic.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So.
Also,
I know.
I'm not entirely sure what Catalana thinks, but mostly, there's an argument for useful resource that can
No, that's okay.
very
I
valuable
recognise
resource.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure I'm not sure what she'd think of you. I haven't properly decided. So my first piloting role is a straight 20.
Very, very good. Okay.
It costs 4,300 credits new, so I'm
Your
not
ship,
cheap.
your ship ducks and weaves through the branches, under and over, weaving left and right and kind of flipping, and you eventually kind of get to the position. There's no hiding the fact that you're doing this.
Yep.
And the guards see you. The rebels see you and start opening fire. They can hit. They easily see you and they can hit you. But it's not really having much of an impact on the fact that you're.
We're in a starship. We're in a
two-
transport.
Yeah,
And
we-
they-
You're 2 or 3 scales above them,
Yeah,
so it's not
yeah.
doing
Well,
any
that's just don't
damage.
We've got
Sorry?
armor that can. We've got armor that can take a few hits from the white
So
from
your,
the
your
white
shields, your shields aren't up at the moment on the grounds
Okay,
that if
yeah.
they were up, you wouldn't be able to catch him.
we deflect him.
Yeah, good point.
So now this is the big one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we get the
So-
armor.
E21B. Do you want to just fall and trust the fate, or do you want to jump, which is 1D?
Yeah, it's 1D. Well, they're basically the same thing, aren't they? Fate or 1D. You know what?
No, well, you might roll a 6 and then another 6.
That's very true. You know what? I will try and jump. The servos in my leg will go, and I will.
Because basically, what I'm saying, if Colin doesn't roll so well and
the
you
jump-
get a better jump, then you might be able to align yourselves better.
Yeah, alleviate.
And the force is with you. But
Yeah,
if,
Might be able to
about to say that,
mitigate the.
if you roll a 1,
yes,
you might bounce off the hull.
Yes.
If you roll nothing at all, if you leave it and just kind of fall off a la C3PO
Yeah.
off the Jabba's flotilla in Return of the Jedi into the sand, if you do that, it's all on Colin's roll. So, no pressure.
What do you think?
You know
Go for
what?
it.
Yeah, I should roll for it. Do you think?
It's up to you.
Yeah.
You've got a reroll. You've got
I
a
do.
reroll
You
as
have a
well.
reroll.
Yeah. You've got a reroll.
Yes,
Yeah, don't
rolling for
forget
it.
your reroll.
Yep. No, there's no question. No, I'm rolling for it. Okay.
Okay, go for it.
I still want to make it good though. Come on. It's a 6. It's a 6.
Okay.
Roll up. See how high it goes.
Roll again. Is that another 6?
Yes.
Nice, that man.
Oh, okay. That was a 2. Okay.
Still
it's
14 on one
14
die.
on one.
I was like, either you got another. No,
14 on a D6 is still pretty damn good.
I'm gonna save my reroll though. 'Cause,
Colin, that makes your life a little bit easier.
yeah.
And
That droid
yeah.
wants
I-
to stay
yeah.
alive.
23.
Excellent. So
Still
turned
not a
you-
6 on the wild die, but
you flip the ship, the docking bay door opens, Gax and Marabella are there, blaster pistols ready. Nye, servo legs working, jumps out into the void, takes a dive, base jumper style out into the openness, and you start heading in.
Base jump, no
But while
parachute.
this is happening, some of the rebels are going to take pop shots at Gax and Marabella. So I'm going to say I'm only going to say 2 of them because some of them were shooting at the ship as they were passing over. So first of all, 1 on Gax. No, definitely not. In fact, the cartridge falls out of that guy's gun.
That's a 1.
That's just embarrassing.
Next one.
They've had a stressful day.
No, not that either. But a boss does kind of go off above your head, sparks fly.
None of them are trying to jump into the ship, which is was my initial concern.
Wind roaring past you as your hair. Bella, well, I don't know actually. Does Marabella have hair on her head? Or
Yes.
Yes. So her hair's kind of billowing away in the wind as this robot comes flying towards you. But because of the success of the rolls, you're easily both able to just grab it. I say it, it's a robot. Not sure if it's gender specific.
That's okay.
You grab it and you pull it in safely.
You hit the close door button.
The door close button hit and just kind of it shuts behind you.
Marabella, Gax, you are injured.
Get us out of here.
Just slightly.
And I'm going up because we're facing up. So it seems like a good. If I need to shoot anything that's blocking the way, I will shoot things out the way.
Well, no, I'm afraid you can't. You've only got the 1 gun turret.
Don't have a like nose mounted.
You can't you lock the?
You could also
lock the turret.
Lock the turret.
Could the adjutant not?
Well, I was going to say that. Do you want the adjutant to man the gun?
I want someone on the gun.
Well,
so she can go on the gun.
Grabbing.
Not me. I got 2D mechanics and that's still a -1.
Well, you're clutching a droid.
Is
right
Gax
now.
any good with gunnery?
I'm not too bad on this ship's gunnery.
Yeah. Might be worth you going there then. I don't know how good the adjutant is, but
not that good.
Okay.
Yeah. So if we say Gax goes to the gunnery seat, and I'll start trying to get us out of here.
Okay.
Right.
I'll go and lock myself in.
As soon as you clear the actually, first of all, Catalana, make a easy Starship Shields roll, because I assume you want to bring your shields up and start angling your defector shields, yeah?
Yep, I'd want to be doing that.
How do you want to spread them around? So when you you've got, let me check how many shield pips you've got. I
don't have shields as a specific skill, so it would help if I swap one of those out for the wild.
Oh my god! Don't tell me you don't have shields.
What?
Really?
I've got shields.
Crew, passengers, cargo, hyperdrive, nav, space, atmosphere, hull. That's really dumb. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, you're having shields. I'm not having that. So you've got 1D in shield. So you can either you can angle that to be like 1D, extra 1D on the rear, or you can split it up into +2 and +1 pip. On the front and back.
I'll put it full.
Your hull is 4D. So if you put all of your shield on the back, you'd have a total hull of 5D.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
You're going to do that.
Put it all behind and try and trust to my ability to keep ahead of them. Basically,
okay. It's an easy roll.
Okay, so easy roll, and I rolled 18. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you've got all your max shields out on the rear. And it's lucky you did, because coming up close behind you are the 2 Y-wings.
Yeah. Question how I put it is purely, do I trust my piloting ability to keep them behind me?
Your comlink thing, someone's basically trying to hail your ship. And the comlink starts going beep, 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 beep.
Captain, I'm on the ship. Just like completely like, no, not you. Shush, shush.
Yes,
Sorry.
good. I'll bring it up. I'll tap it while I'm also flying.
YT 1300 designation while die. This is data flight.
Yeah.
I.e., that's what's coming up on your sensors as they identify as the
They're
wiring.
identifying themselves.
Hand over your Imperial agent, and we will cease hostilities against you.
No, we can't do that.
You shout from no.
So
You are making,
I will say
enemies with the wrong people.
I will say, boss has a policy of not spacing paying customers.
We will send you a safe designated landing zone. Unload your passenger and just walk away. No more fuss.
Fine, give me the landing zone.
Okay.
Note for OC purposes, I am stalling. I am not changing direction or as yet slowing down. I am going to be spending if I can have a few seconds while I'm doing that, I'm starting to plot some astrogation jumps.
Okay. So you're nowhere near the atmosphere yet.
I know, but I'm starting to. I'm thinking that I'm likely to be very preoccupied between here and hitting a jump point.
Okay. So they give you the location of one of the islands, which is kind of pretty far off, but it's isolated. It's got no people on it, and it's basically a miniature tropical island.
Okay.
Yeah. No people around means no witness.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to angle in that direction, but gaining altitude while I'm going. I'll flip the comms off just to tell the adjutant, who's probably in the cockpit with me, just stalling him. I'm just trying to get as much altitude before they start shooting.
We are willing. The comlink goes off again.
Yeah. So I mean, I sort of mute our end. So I'm basically, I don't want her pointing a gun at me while I'm trying to.
What are the other favors?
Perhaps we can begin discussion of compensating you for the loss of your cargo. How much was Boga the Hutt paying you?
Oh, they
I
say
don't have my notes here, but anyone?
I'm going to put Gax through on the channel because if they're not shooting immediately, he's the talky one.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is that your
Hi.
Gax, you're up. I need to be focused on flying right now.
Land at this designated landing zone, and we will refund you for the loss of your cargo.
Okay.
So
How
I made
much
that
was
astrogation
Boga the Hutt?
check. That was not good.
You are making enemies of the wrong people. You do not want the raiders against you.
Okay. Well,
just
all
out of
together
character.
with-
So you've all heard of the raiders. The raiders are the local rebel cell that operate in this kind of part of the deep core. They have rebel gear. They operate in like rebel ways, but
they're not rebels.
They have certain extreme tendencies.
We suspect that they might not be rebels, given that they're worried about the rebels.
Well, maybe they're like the rebels of rebels, you know, like the really like the.
What does that make them?
They're very rebellious.
Oh no, that makes
rebels.
them bad. That like you don't want to be the rebels of rebels.
Mostly.
Is it too negative makes a positive, or is that just
No.
They could be rebels.
I'm honestly expecting that we land. They we land, we open the thing, they shoot us all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
So you know, I'm not actually planning on taking them off from the offer. I'm just wanting Gax to continue to stall them while I get us in as good a position as I can to punch for orbit.
Hi,
fail to
who am
make
I
an
talking
astrogation
to?
check.
My name is Lieutenant Vanel.
Right, Lieutenant Dano. What you seem to
Van
not realise yet is. Say again, sorry.
Lieutenant Van El.
Lieutenant Van Helm. What you tend not to realise is that we are very well thought of by Boga, yeah, and he chose us for this mission personally and paid us extra, and that cargo was damn expensive. Now, what are you
Boga should
offering,
know
Mr.
better. Boga should know better than to interfere with the affairs of the rebellion and the Empire. This has nothing to do with him.
Yeah, but like, you know, well, I know that, Mr. Von Hood, but it's clearly like, it's neither our problem. Obviously, it's your problem at the moment, but we don't want to wind you guys up the wrong way, you know.
That
So what are you offering?
That Imperial agent, that adjutant, carries important information to the cause. Turn her over. We will compensate you, or we will blow you out of the sky right now.
What compensation are we talking, Mr. Von Hood?
How much did Boga pay you?
10,000 credits.
Then I'm sending you alternative coordinates. Meet us here, and we can have the money there for you.
Oh, they're sharing.
Okay.
They're just sharing us. Like, fuck, you would just be like,
So the next set of coordinates they send you are interstellar coordinates that would require a hyperspace jump.
Oh, great. I wanted to go I wanted to jump, just not where they're sending us, but I want to get to a position where I can jump anyway. So, okay.
Of course, you would not be jumping alone. Land on the island so that we can have one of our own on board.
Mirabella.
To keep an eye on the prisoner.
Well, she's not entirely a prisoner at the moment. You intend on making her a prisoner?
We land on that place. They're gonna storm the ship and shoot us.
Well, even if they don't, they'll put someone on the ship with us, and they'll just.
You will be a prisoner of the cause.
One person on the ship, I'm less worried about.
True, but I don't imagine they'll send like.
But I don't imagine this is going to go nicely.
No.
So yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Enough talking.
Oh, yeah,
right, you're in combat rounds.
Okay.
No, no,
it's cool.
I'm gonna start doing that noise that everybody does when they pretend that there's a problem.
No.
Sorry, what did you say there? It's all right, guys. I've got them caught talking. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Right.
Thanks. Why are you making a silly noise?
Atlanta. You have
I should have
3 rounds till you hit Atmo.
Cool.
So you hit out of Atmo, I should say.
Yeah.
Hitting space.
So during that extended conversation, I was trying to make some astrogation calculations, and apparently didn't do very well. I rolled a 1 on the wild die. What do you want me to do with that?
You ain't carried
Nothing at all.
Okay, interesting stuff happens. Okay, so keeping the total without affecting anything for the wild die being a 1. That is, in that case, a 16.
Right, so moving into a new combat. Gax, I'm going to kind of take it you want your group to go first.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So, what do you want to do? Who's on guns? Gax is on guns.
Gax is on guns.
So you can take a shot if you want.
We only have one set of guns.
Okay, yeah, we'll go for that.
So you make
Starship gunnery,
make a starship gunnery, but you've got a fire control of 2D, so you get an extra 2D to your roll.
Okay. Oof. 6D plus 1.
Nice. I'm on 7D with that boost.
But please bear in mind they've also got maneuverability, so they get to add stuff to their dodge.
Yes, last time I was shooting at a sitting target.
I've got 21, but I rolled a 6 on the wild dice. Do I roll that again?
Yes, please, sir.
Yeah, and you add whatever you roll.
6 again.
27.
27, 31.
31.
Why are we
Wow.
going down?
Y-Wings hit down.
Hit, sorry.
I'm going to try and dodge it.
It's good enough right now, considering we're the pig is in the poke.
But this is where space combat differs quite differently from normal combat, is that it balances out more stat-wise because of the bonuses the ship gives you. So, for example, your ship doesn't have a maneuverability bonus.
Nope.
Mine does, of 2D, which adds to my starfighter piloting roll.
Yep.
And what's I rolling against? 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a damn good roll to hit.
No, it is. I mean, even if we're just like.
So I rolled a 1 on my wild die. I will take away my highest, giving me 9. 17. So you hit.
Quite convincingly.
I've also taken action, so that'll be a minus if I survive this, which I should do. So
we've not got particularly powerful guns.
Yeah, this is kind of where it all falls down. So make a roll for damage. You're rolling 4D.
I mean, we're not shooting TIE fighters.
No, so I've got a hull, and I've put all mine.
They've got their shields angled.
Their shields, their deflectors are angled in the direction of you, which is where the fire is coming from. So I'm going to have, which is shield 1D plus 2, plus my hull. Okay, so roll for damage.
15.
They are not happy being shot at.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of a case we're unlikely to do a huge amount to them, but
well, we're just trying to get.
They've got to get you.
We're trying to survive essentially. Well, what you're doing is probably more just holding them back.
Well, it makes them. Yeah, they're not going to go all crazy.
Yeah.
So what did you get?
15.
15.
No.
Did you just blow one of them out of the sky?
They did not send their A team.
I rolled 10.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's 5, so that's going to be.
Yeah, we only have one gun, don't we?
Yeah, it's on a turret mounted on the top. I'm kind of assuming that, to be honest with you. I made that call. But if you want to kind of have it on the bottom, that would be fine with that as well.
Well, Mirabelle, you're getting some Heelys if you need them.
Yes, Mirabella needs some Heelys.
Yeah, I'm gonna. This was I was gonna say. I'm gonna.
Yeah, E2 is going to be a bit like official about it.
Come with me. I think
Probably not call it Heelys.
No, it'll be quite consistent.
So my shields are blown, which means I lose a D. So I still have a pip. And I am lightly damaged. Roll 1d6 for me. Gav.
1d6.
Yeah.
Yep.
1.
The ship loses 1d from its maneuverability, which is good.
Oh,
that means that's less than my
That's
dodge.
really good. That's actually really good for us because also that's going to make it harder for them to keep on us so well, that kind of thing. It just makes it's slowing them down, which is exactly what we want.
So next is
probably me because the rest.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get some healing from E2B1, and so maybe just.
So you guys are in the
med bay, yeah.
Passengers at med bay. You don't have a med bay.
We don't have med bay.
It's better than a sofa.
We do have a makeshift med bay.
We have
there's like a storage cupboard.
It's a bunk.
Yeah.
If there's a bunk there and there's a dock there, it counts as a med bay.
Yeah. Okay.
So what do you want to do now? You can either, do you want to hold your action for a dodge, or do you want to kind of make a piloting roll? So at the moment, you've got 3 rounds to get to the atmosphere. If you do, if you make a successful piloting roll, we can say that you're able to put an extra pace to that and put it down to 2 rounds, or you can wait to hold your dice and not roll it, like hold your action for dodging, basically, because you're going to get shot at twice.
Given how badly things went when that guy got shot, and they've probably got similar. Yeah, I could. Is there any kind of sort of evasive maneuvers? Is just holding my action for a dodge? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so hold on.
I can't do full defense and make significant progress towards edge of Atmo, I guess.
Let me just find the. Yeah, so you can do a maneuver like an extreme climb or an extreme dive or a loop or a bootleg turn or something like that. And that makes it harder for them to hit you.
Well, my entire intention at the moment is extreme climb.
Yeah, so we can say that you're doing. Do you want to make a piloting rod to continue with that then?
Yes, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Shit. So that's a 1 on the wild die.
Yeah.
And a total of 9 before I do anything to the result.
Oh, take away the lowest.
So that's a total of 7.
Not gonna help our.
You
3 1s and 2 3s. That's a shit.
Yeah, it's a fail. So basically, you choke the engines on the climb. So you know how you're burning through atmosphere.
Oh! I've just been thrown another reroll.
Someone's on his side tonight.
Someone is really on my side. Thank you very, very much.
I mean, I don't mean to cast dispersions on your character, but is it maybe it's like your other half secretly playing stuff on you via Twitch? Is she seeing somewhere else?
Yeah.
If she is, she's doing it without my knowledge. If she is, she's doing it without my knowledge.
Unless she gives us rerolls all night.
But that converted from a 7 to a 19.
Much better, fantastic. Okay, so yeah, you continue,
I am the Force, says our mysterious benefactor. I don't actually know who that is.
I have a suspicion.
Please forever says I am the Force.
Force guides us.
The Force guides us. Yeah. So, right. So the 2 Y-Wings are going to take a shot at you as you continue to accelerate and make your ascent. Both are at. So you're harder to hit now because of your basically sheer vertical.
Yeah. So I kind of was going roughly straight and a bit up as they were talking to us, and I was heading in the.
And then you've gone.
And I've just gone with screw pretense up.
So the first one has already done an action, so that's already -1. He has lost his maneuverability, so that's -2. So that's this amount of dice. Funnily enough, it doesn't hit you. Next one. Still has his maneuverability.
Hasn't done
Hasn't done all his action. Hasn't done any actions. Ship is damaged.
Oh, that's the one I shot out a
bit
off earlier.
No. Yes, just. Sorry.
Okay. What's the target if I'm taking it? Can I still take a dodge action?
Yeah, absolutely. But you'd be at -1D.
So at -1. And what would my target be for that?
15.
At this point, is there a penalty for failing? Because I get another action before they get.
I mean, thematically, the failing would be that A, they hit you, and B, you might kind of choke your engines in Atmo. So the filters that are churning through all the oxygen and atmospheric pressures and all that other stuff that's going through the filters basically might clog up and slow down your speed. That's if you really badly fail. At the moment, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to get hit. If you fail,
I'll make the roll and hope I don't get as catastrophic a shit roll as I did on that previous piloting check.
Also, you've got all your shields lined up to their angle as well. So even if
I didn't get a 1 on the wild die, so I got a 16.
Good.
All right, so you dodged.
I just about managed to bank at the last moment and evade the shot.
The
Very
force
good.
is definitely with him.
The force is with him. Oh, her, actually. Sorry.
Her.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Right. So we'll call it a new round.
Yep.
Gax, do you want to make a shot?
Take a shot at the other one.
Did Maribel and I get a go? Like, because all I was going to do was heal them. Like,
Yeah, no. So I
I
was kind of picturing that Maribella was in her bunk, you kind of leaning over her, doing some medical
just
treatment.
patching up. That's fine. We
I'm
can
not going to
save the
make you
rolls
roll
now.
for that.
Oh, really?
I will say
okay.
that
Thank you.
Maribella is fully healed because you've got all
It's
the
just
gear
going to
that
take
you
more
need
than
there
combat
as well.
rounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no, that's
combat
fine.
rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we
we're
can't
not
do
gonna
it.
do
But
anything
if stuff
anyway.
starts
So.
blowing up, Maribella might want to kind of get on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Fixing
So far, nothing's
basically, if we
started
get
blowing up.
forced to be on the ground or be boarded, I want to be fully healed, so I can
Yes,
shoot
that was
properly with
my
minus.
thinking.
Yes. To be honest,
Okay.
if stuff starts blowing up, you might be able to keep us from being boarded or being forced down.
Maybe as well, yeah.
20,
I can repair that
21.
quickly.
21.
21.
So I'm gonna. Which one was that at?
Sorry, 22, because I get the +1 on 22. Sorry.
Is that the one that you've already hit?
Yes, we'll shoot that one again.
So he's already at the minus for his movement, his maneuverability, but this is a new round, so no action is taken. So I'm going to dodge.
Please,
21.
I was quoting, I am one with the force and the force is with me.
Yes, my character, however, wouldn't be quoting that.
16, 17, and you got 21, didn't you?
Yeah.
You hit.
Yes.
Rough damage, 4D.
And shields blown.
And I don't have any shield. Well, I've got
one pip of shields, I think you said.
Yeah. For my whole 4D.
15 damage.
40. Oh, okay, that's a bit more like it. 14. So you do actually still do some damage. I do believe that's a step down from my. So it's still in the light damage, shields blown. But it's another stage that moves on to controls ionized. Oh dear. Controls ionized result means that the ship's controls are temporarily overwhelmed by a parasite. The ship loses 1d from its maneuverability.
Again.
Pretty good, yeah, that's good. What we need.
But it can. But so it's like being stunned, as in that one maneuverability will come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's some other stuff which I'm not going to go into.
We've got actually a correction on the quote. It's not, I am one with the ship and the ship is with me.
So,
which seems appropriate.
Right, let's do this. So, yeah, you've hit him, and now we've got no maneuverability. Do you want to hit him again?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
you can make another action. So, I mean, you are supposed to declare. Hold on, let me just double check to make sure your turret hasn't got a fire rate. So bear with.
I just need to go AFK for a moment, I'm afraid. I will be back in a second.
Oh, no.
Yes, there's no fire. There's no fire rate on this laser cannon, according to this. So you can make another roll, but you're at -1D.
Yeah.
Okay.
I presume you didn't think we'd be having a pitched firefight in a transport. It's fine.
Well, it is Star Wars. It's going to be shooting.
14.
Of course, yeah.
That was a miss because I rolled a 15 to dodge you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. It was almost.
All right, because you're hitting.
Yeah, so
then
if you're aiming again, you're basically then trying to hit off the dodge that I got last time. Yeah. And I rolled a 15 to dodge your last one, which I failed that time because you rolled a 21, but now you've got a 14. So shucks, never mind. There we go. We'll have to wait for Catalana to make a quick comeback. Unless, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, I guess I would ask the group, but Gax is the only other one that's injured that I've not patched up because the adjutant took no damage.
Yeah, he was more sort of stunned. I mean, he's basically got some bruising, and he will need seeing to eventually.
Yeah.
Cool. Catalana, do you want to make another piloting roll?
Sure.
Let's just continue your ascent.
Continuing my ascent. Let's get the. Oh.
spilled your drink on you in the cockpit. Like, I fucking,
Another one on the wild die.
why did I keep the blue milk in here? It's not.
Well, we can take some damage.
13 before any modification for the one on the wild die. I'm
To be-
having.
No, to be fair,
You-
you're
you-
flying a
you- you can-
transport. It's not really meant to be like getting this in depth into a battle. It's all right.
Take away your
Yeah.
lowest.
Sorry,
That
so,
is that
Dan.
GM
Take away your
face,
lowest, yeah.
Take away my lowest. Okay, so that
Yeah,
gives me
fine.
an 11.
Okay, that's not a success. So you
That's
haven't
critical
really
failure.
increased your rate of
Okay,
Escape.
Ascent.
I've had to.
Thank you, send.
I
Yeah.
said
Notice that.
escape. So.
In the last turn when I had to bank away from the thing. I leveled out a bit while I'm getting another reroll thrown at me. Come on, dice. That converts it into a 22.
Nicely done. He's got a force watcher over him, hasn't he?
I have apparently acquired a guardian angel.
You've got a fan there, mate.
I do. I do.
Okay, so that means you bank and increase your acceleration. So you've now technically got. So you've done 2 successful rolls. You've got 1 more successful roll to break atmosphere. And now it's my turn. I'm going to try and shoot you.
What happened to that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I was.
Well, so Gak shot the one that he'd already damaged, and that one at the moment now has no maneuverability.
Yeah.
At all.
Like us.
Like you. But still can make a shot.
Level
we
playing
don't
field.
have bonus at maneuverability anyway.
No.
And misses, frankly.
Okay.
And the next one. Yeah, I'm going to say you need to make a dodge.
Okay.
18. What?
Someone's just my benefactor has apparently just claimed that I now owe them my firstborn. 21.
Careful, he might say yes. You know, with lockdown and everything, you might want to get rid of the kids, mate. Careful when you ask.
You can definitely have my first, second, and third born if you want, Jay. You can have all 3 of them.
So it wasn't the force; it was the bloody fucking devil.
21 on this evasion roll,
which passes. Excellent. Right. So new
that
round.
one I got 3 6s on.
Oh, thank goodness!
You clearly just dodged through this hail of blaster cannon as they kind of go around you, and it's kind of almost like flak is going off around you, and kind of the blaster energy reacts with the atmosphere, and balls of smoke kind of appear, but you dodge and weave and burst through the fog as you start clearing out into the next round. This is the last one before you hit the atmosphere. Gax, do you want to make another roll? Shoot the guy. Just shoot
go
him.
for it.
How many rolls do you want to declare?
Uh,
Let's do it probably this time.
we'll do. Can we do 3?
You can do 3. We did say there was no fire rate on this turret, so I'm going to say yes until I correct myself on a rules check after the session. But at the moment, I'm going to say yes because I can't see.
While all this
anything going on.
bombastic action's happening.
So that's minus
you're
2 dice on.
Yeah, so you're going to be -2 on your rolls.
Okay.
On every roll.
Minus 2 dice.
Yeah, on all 3.
Yeah.
Bear in mind that I don't have any maneuverability and I'm almost lost my shields. So.
Yep, and we're about to leave.
Okay.
So
the first one is 8.
unless the
10.
force is with them.
First one I dodge.
Okay. Oof. So the second one is 15, 17.
Hit. Should we clock that and then? Do you want to?
Yeah.
The last
Third one. Oh dear. That's 7, 9.
Misses. Roll for damage.
It's 1 hit.
15.
You are rolling very consistently on the damage. It's 3 hits, 3 15s.
Christ. Okay, that might have done it. Hold on. So, control's already ionized.
I just realised, thanks to my medical roll,
Shields are blown. We've already got
didn't lose any
ship
weapons.
loses maneuverability on the lightly damaged. So we're lightly damaged, with shields blown, with controls are ionized. That is a heavily damaged roll. Roll a d6.
4.
Hyperdrive. So its hyperdrive has gone. But with the amount of damage, it starts to take a nosedive and it peels away. Sparks and smoke coming from its
He knows
from
one
its
more
hull.
shot's gonna.
Yeah, he's out of it. He's out of it now, so he's pulling away.
He's withdrawing, yeah.
Leaving one left.
Yeah. My piloting roll.
Yeah, make the roll. Let's see what
See if
happens.
I can not roll a fucking 1 this time.
I've been very lenient.
I didn't roll a 1 on the wild die.
Hooray! Success!
14, 19. I in fact rolled a 6 on the wild die.
Hurrah!
20.
Okay. Very successful.
Only rolled up to a 1, but I'll take it.
The hull of the ship starts to glow red as you begin to tear through the atmosphere. The ship shakes, which is quite a familiar sensation for you all. But the last Y-wing gets 1 pot shot on you before you leave.
All success blows us out the sky.
Misses.
Okay.
So fizzles out near the edge of your engines. Blaster bolt does shake the ship again, but you clear away. Your ship blows out of the atmosphere like a bullet from a gun into the black void of the starred inked black sky. You punch the hyperdrive levers, pull them together. The stars spiral, and you zoom off into hyperspace. I think that's a good place to leave it.
Find out what the result of that.
And we'll
one
find
on
out what
my,
happens next week. If our Lord and Master Garblag is around, someone tell him that we're going to wrap up.
No, it's not next week. It's 2 weeks, right?
It's 2 weeks away.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah. I hope we all enjoyed our session tonight.
That was a fantastic
that
session.
was-
Really
Thank you
enjoyed
very
it.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We're alive.
You're
Thank you.
alive.
That
I hope our
quite the rush.
I hope our Twitch watchers had a good night and enjoyed the session. And I hope if you're watching this again on YouTube that you've enjoyed it. Please let us know in the comments if you have enjoyed it and what you've liked about it. And if you have any suggestions on how you want to see the game go. I'm also going to be asking the same question of my players later on in Discord maybe. But yeah, I've been having fun. That was really good. Has anyone got hold of Garblag so that we can pull this off?
I am not sure. I can ping him on.
Someone ping him.
Right, cue
Have you,
credits. Credits are going by. Right, yep.
Colin,
There
have you paid your subscription fee to Please Forever 1974?
Yeah, that actually is my save just there. Oh my goodness.
Basically.
Thank you, as always. I didn't use that reroll, unfortunately. Whoever brought that for me, I apologize.
It
Lots
needs
of
some
thanks
more
for the
growth,
rerolls,
apparently.
yeah.
So next time we'll see.
Can I buy some growths? I'm in need.
I bet.
No,
We
you
might
like
try
to watch
tricky
more
ones.
show, I guess. We're
Well,
like
next time, hopefully
quite a
next
lot,
time
so-
we'll see our.
Well, I mean Garblag, because I'm just playing
we'll-
on this one, but
We'll see our players next time in more exotic locations, with more daring escapades.
I think they might.
And
might still
hopefully,
be,
once again, the Force/Groats will be with them.
Isn't
This
there a
awesome.
show tomorrow?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah. So what's on tomorrow night?
Ooh,
I don't know. Is it Carbon or is it the other one? Because I think it's alternating week as well. No.
Yeah, they all alternate. I think it's one each day. Can't remember actually. Don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
we
we're
see the
not
schedule now
we can run
somewhere.
this, you know. We're just the
Great
great Garblag orders us. So
Tears of the Dreamer, says somebody.
Oh,
That's the
perfect.
Pathfinder one.
Pathfinder, says yes.
yeah,
Place wherever is it.
Well, the Lord Garblag commands.
we do as he commands.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, Tears of the Dreamer tomorrow. I suppose
Ooh.
my rolls today were making up for my rolls in my game on Monday. I made it's a single D10 for the rolls, and I think I made 4 rolls, and they all came up 10.
Oh yeah,
5
Sweet.
rolls, they
Yeah,
all came up 10.
Whoa.
my
Which is like
Pathfinder
8.
game was atrocious.
Quit,
Yeah,
and it was all like my highest stat. My
Yeah.
character, the one thing my character's really good at, and I just kept quitting it. So I was making up for it this game.
yeah. Jim can vouch for this. The Pathfinder game that we were in, I was just rolling atrociously, like properly, just like I was not just going, oh god, I'm missing every shot, and it was against some kobolds, and they were just like, okay.
You're getting owned
I
by
think we did
kobolds.
make a right meal of that combat, didn't we?
We did, but it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. Somebody was
Yeah,
being
we're
very
cool.
nice to me. Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So our Lord and Master, Lord Garblag, has said that I must return back to the dungeon beneath Garblag Towers. My time in daylight has been reprieved, and they must lock me back up in my cage as the Garblag troll. So thank you all very much for joining
thank
us
you.
tonight.
Thank you,
Again,
thank
I
you.
hope the players have had a lovely
Thanks, guys.
time.
Really good session.
Definitely.
And again, please do comment in our Twitch and YouTube feeds on how you found the game. Thank you very much, everybody,
Oh,
and good
subscribe.
night. Take care. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Bye.